Hello, internet friends. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Blue Sky Sanctuary. That's my property in the Baja in Mexico. It's also my YouTube channel where I'm sharing everything that I can that I've learned through my own personal experience living here in Mexico, as well as purchasing property and building on that property. Today, I am making a third video on living on a budget because I take great satisfaction from living on a budget, whether that's here or anywhere else. I've done it for most of my life, and I would love to share some tips and tricks with you on how to get by here and make your dollar stretch. So basically, if you're watching this video from a developed and stable country such as Canada or the US, you are already at an advantage because your currency is worth so much more than what the local currency here is worth, which is the Mexican peso. And so the game is already rigged to your advantage. Then you couple that with the fact that the cost of living is quite a bit lower here because the value of the currency is lower. And so that makes it pretty easy to get by on a pretty small budget here. However, you do have to be conscious of some things. One is that you probably don't want to be living in a tourist trap in a tourist town or a big city here. Put a list of places to stay away from right here, because the cost of living there is going to be higher, quite simply. There are so many beautiful places in Mexico to go where the cost of living is significantly lower. So seek out those places and go check them out. Also, you will have to stay away from going out to eat and going out to drink. That's a great way to burn through money here. The cost of having a meal at a restaurant here, it's comparable to having a meal up north in Canada or the US. Comparable. It's less, but it's still, if you want to be getting by on like a $500 a month budget, you want to stay away from dining out. Also, when you're living on a tiny budget, you are making compromises, living without some of the extras in life. You know, you're not upgrading your stuff, you're not upgrading your computer, your phone, you're not getting new clothes. You might not even be getting healthcare. And so this way of life is not ideal for the very long term. I wouldn't recommend it for any more than really even a year or two at the most. You don't want to try to retire down here living on a tiny budget, because eventually life happens and unforeseen expenses come up, whether it's something for yourself or your pet or family, or you need to go somewhere, or you need a new computer. And when you're living on a tiny budget and you are not saving money on a regular basis and you don't have a financial cushion to fall back on, life can get uncomfortable. So I would not plan to retire here on a $500 a month budget, but you could certainly come down for a year or two and make things work. Lastly, but certainly not least important, is the fact that you want to speak Spanish, especially when it comes to looking for a rental accommodation. A whole world of opportunity will be open to you if you speak the local language. And if you only speak English, then you're going to be renting from people who speak English, and I guarantee you those rentals are going to be more expensive. So learn to speak the language. It will help you day to day, but it'll also help you with keeping the budget in check. And quite simply, that is it. As I said, you are at an advantage because your currency is worth more and because the cost of living here is less. So it's pretty easy to make this game work. I hope this video inspired you and empowers you, and I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you again on the next one.